My name is Dr. Darshika Singh. I'm working as an assistant professor in the College of Tirthankar Mahavir University in the Department of Plant Pathology. Here I am going to deliver a lecture on the fundamentals of plant pathology for BSc AG first year second sem under the course code BAG 208. So first of all, the introduction. In the introduction to plant pathology, what do we mean by plant pathology? What is plant pathology? We should know. So the plant pathology is the study of a plant disease, their causes, what are the causes of plant disease, and what is the etiology, what is the reason behind it, and how to control the disease. All of them comes under plant pathology. What are the different plant pathogens which is causing the disease? What is plant disease? How the plant diseases are caused? What are the factors for it? How to control the plant disease? So all those factors comes under the plant pathology. So these are some of the pictures of the diseased plant. So we can see there are some spots, some yellowing, some curving of the plants, and by which the plant is not looking so healthy and it is not looking so fresh. So that is just because of the pathogen which is infested inside the plant, and it is not by the biotic but also due to abiotic factors the plants are being affected. So first of all, we should know what is plant disease. So what is a plant disease? So a plant disease is any abnormal condition that alters the appearance or function of a plant. So as we have seen that by the pictures that it altered the appearance of the plant leaves. So any abnormal condition that alters the appearance or function of a plant, by which it is a physiological process that is affecting some or all the plant functions. When a few functions has been altered or all the plant functions have been altered, then it is called as a disease plant. So the disease may also reduce the yield and quality of the harvested product. So disease is a process or a change that occurs over time, and it does not occur instantly like injury. So we can say that what is disease? So any disturbance brought about by a pathogen, any disturbance which is brought about by a pathogen or any environmental factor which interferes with the manufacture or the utilization of the food in the plant, so that the plant body is being malformed and some changes is coming in the appearance and yield from the normal plant, from the normal healthy plant that is coming under the plant disease. So for now we know some of the difference between symptom and signs. What is symptom and what is a sign? So symptom is the visible effect of disease on plants are called as symptoms. So any detectable changes in color, shape or function of the plant in response to a pathogen or a disease causing agent is called as a symptom. So when some effect is seen, some detectable changes is seen on the by the alteration in the color or shape or any function of the plants is called as the symptom, and sign is when the this physical evidence with the association of the pathogen, like the fungal fruiting bodies or bacterial ooze or nematode cyst is been seen with the alteration of the this normal functioning of the plant is called as the sign. So sign can also help with plant disease identification. So what causes the plant disease? So pathogen causes the plant disease to occur. So what is pathogen? Pathogen is all those in living organism which is causing the disease to occur, like any living organism which is coming and infecting the plants and causing the disease to occur, that is called as a pathogen. But apart from pathogen, some environmental factors are also responsible for causing the disease to occur. So the living organism which is causing the disease to occur are called as pathogens, and they are infectious, they are coming under infectious disease. So all these living organisms like the numerous fungi, bacteria, viruses and nematodes are pathogens which is infectious, and environmental factors like wind or excess of sunlight, lack of sunlight, excess of humidity, lack of humidity, moisture, excess of excess of temperature or excess of what? This toxicity due to toxicity and due to some darkness, dark atmosphere or due to some wind, and these things, the environmental factors which is causing the plants to affect their yield is coming under abiotic factors, and it is not at all infectious. So these are some of the types of pathogens like fungi, bacteria, viruses and nematodes. So these are the living organisms which is infectious, which can be infectious. This fungus are infectious, bacteria disease are infectious, viruses are infectious, and nematodes can also infect from plant to plant. So these are the living organisms and they can cause infection to the plant. So the role of environment is critically important for the disease to develop. So even the most susceptible plants exposed to huge amount of pathogen will not develop the disease unless and until environmental conditions are favorable. So pathogen, host and the favorable environment, all three of them are important for the disease to develop. So that's why a disease triangle is there. A disease triangle is being shown. It's been that the environment, pathogen, and host. All the three are responsible for the disease to develop. So if pathogen is there but environment is missing, and pathogen and host is present there and environment is missing, then also the disease will not occur. But the environment is there but pathogen is missing and host is there, so then also the disease won't occur. So all the three, environment, pathogen and host, all the three are responsible for the disease to develop. So for the disease, you can see this is the soybean rust disease which is occurred in the plant. So this will only happen when the host is also there, pathogen is also there, and favorable environment that is also present over there. So this is the disease triangle. And sometimes tetrahedron is a triangle. Apart from triangle, tetrahedron is also there. That pathogen, host, and environment as well as time is responsible for the disease to occur. Now we have to understand about some of the groups of plant pathogen which cause the disease in the plants. So this is the fungi. So fungi are the eukaryotic achlorophyllous organism. So what is fungi? We should know that fungi are a very vast group. So it is earlier it was kept under the plant kingdom, but now it has given a separate kingdom besides plants. So now we study about there is plant kingdom also, animal kingdom, and a separate kingdom is there, that is fungi. So fungi are the very vast majority are there, very large number of fungi are, you can see, and there are many are beneficial also, and some of them and many can cause diseases in plants, humans and livestock. They can cause diseases. So mostly we can see the fungi with the help of the microscope. Some of the fungi we can see without the help of microscope, that is mushroom. Mushroom we can see without the help of microscope, that is also a fungus, but most of the fungus can be seen with the help of the microscope. Without it we can't see it. So it lacks chlorophyll, so that's why it is called as achlorophyllous. And achlorophyllous means they lack chlorophyll, and that is why they are not able to produce their own food. So they are called as heterotrophic also, and they are chemoorganotrophic, and they produce their own food. They digest their food outside the uh, body, around the surrounding, and then they absorb that food. So they are chemoorganotrophic, They can be called as parasitic also. They are symbiotic, having symbiotic relationship also, and they are this saprophytes. They depend on dead or decaying organic matter. So they are composed of growing structure of delicate thread-like filaments, which is called as hyphae, or together they are called as mycelium. The cell wall is made up of chitin. Their cell wall is made up of chitin and also cellulose, and sometimes it is also made of glucons. They reproduce by forming. They are spore-bearing organisms, and they reproduce both by sexually and asexual method of reproduction. So another group of plant pathogen is bacteria. They are extremely small organism which is requiring microscope to be seen. Bacteria population can increase in number in a very short time period. The cells clump together in masses called colonies. They obtain food from dead or decaying organic matter or living tissue. They spread from plant to plant by rain or wind. Then they gain entrance through the natural plant openings or injury. They don't enter directly. They gain entrance through natural plant openings or through the so this viruses is another group of plant pathogens, and they are mostly familiar with all of us because they are causing so much of diseases in humans and also animals, such as influenza. Flu is caused due to viruses. Polio, rabies, smallpox, warts. They cause some destructive plant diseases also. They measure only about 1 millionth of an inch in size. They are not complete living cell system, and they survive only in the living cells. They are transmitted by the insects, which are called as vectors. So another group of plant pathogen is nematodes. They are round, slender, thread-like worms. Some are parasites on animals, insects, fungi, other nematodes, and also plants. The plant parasitic nematodes have a stylet by which they puncture the plant roots, and most of them live in the soil and feed in or on the plant